is the summer of 2020, and I'd been planning some big kayak trips. COVID-19 had been and gone in New Zealand, and with it, my idea of good hygiene. I was thinking about going around Auckland, and I knew I'd have to go over land to do so. I had a bit of a look on Google Maps, and found that it was probably more doable than I thought. In fact, the Māori had used the same portage routes for centuries. I knew that for the undertaking, I would need some kind of otherworldly motivation. I found that yoga and martial arts in the sand helped immensely to hone my eyesight and skills. Gradually I realized that nothing really could prepare me for this kind of expedition. And I just had to begin.
Alright, well hopefully you can hear me. I've set out and remembered that the microphone on my phone is shot, so that documenting of this journey is quite ridiculously going to have to take place with my headphones in at all times, which is a major hazard when you're crossing from one ocean to the other. Anyway, here I am. I've just launched at Hillsborough. I'm making my way around Auckland. As you can see, it was a bloody nightmare at low tide. At one stage the mud came up to my hammies and I could just sort of see the headlines like aspiring circumnavigator cuts himself at Hillsborough, dies in Longfield. But here I am, no infection to speak of. There's Mangere Mountain over the sandbar. As you can see, the Manukau Harbour is an absolute desert and there's just this sort of couple 100 metre stretch of water available at low tide. Take you through the setup. I've got the dry bag in front where the food goes and spare change of clothes to go to my cousin's birthday in Kingsland tonight. Shout out Logan, happy birthday for the 27th. And then I've got my sea tug trolley, which I invested in yesterday after a horrendous trial run with the old skateboard strapped with a rope, because I'll be portaging from Green Bay to Avondale, which is actually Portage Road, which is where the Māori used to originally do it if they were coming on a northbound journey from the west coast. They'd cross into the Waitemata from there. So I intend to follow in their footsteps. Probably look way more ridiculous doing it, but I better push on because old mate Andrew is waiting for me at Green Bay. Do another skim! Yeah, we're just discussing the fact that I've got 5% on my phone and I'm about 20% into my journey today. Thankfully we've got Andrew to back us up. What do you think of the contraption so far, mate?
It's looking pretty muddy.
And here we are on Portage Road. I don't imagine they pronounce it with a French accent.
Sounds a bit more suave when you do it like that though, right?
Yeah.
We're in the city now, man. Gotta figure out, you know?
Andrew and I indulged the city life to the tune of some BP pies and ice creams for a delightful lunch in Olympic Park in Avondale. Shortly after, he gave me a good shove out through the mangroves into the river, and I rounded the corner, bidding my friend farewell. I hadn't gone 50 metres though before I came across a 2-metre radius sewage pipe, which I had to climb out of the mangroves, traverse the other side of the bridge, lean down and drop my kayak the 2 metres down into the water before climbing in myself. It was at this moment that my phone chose to die. Safe to say I was a bit of a hot mess. What followed was the single most serene part of my trip, and against all my expectations. The foul river, snaking its way from Avondale to Te Atatu at full tide, is a recommendation I'd make to most kayakers. I have it on good authority that there's shopping trolleys and a whole bunch of rubbish the high tide mark masks. But after my ordeal with the sewage pipe, the foul river was so soothing, I felt I could have been anywhere in the world. On safari, winding my way up the Amazon, or even traversing the Great Nile River to the heart of the ancient world itself. Te Atatu Boat Club.
There are jet skis all around me. I'm just hoping I don't get eaten by them, by a fish, by my doubts.